Okay, before this will be the last team we do in this part one segment of Get Paid this week. But we have the LA Rams. Okay, we mentioned that they went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. The big issue with the Rams, dude, is that I really think Belichick got into Sean McVay's head.
He may have broke him.
And I don't. I mean, I think it's repairable, but what we saw last year is a couple things. Certainly, Goff got his extension. The offense went entirely to Goff. I think he led the league in attempts last year. I've never felt comfortable with that. I know he went to a Super Bowl as a quarterback, but I just feel like he needed more commitment to the run game. And I know that the team ran. I know Gurley. I know all these issues from last year, but I really feel like McVay went away from the run too early in the season. And when he recommitted himself, that's when the Rams went on a little bit of a run. They finished seventh in the NFC last year, so if the new playoff rules were in place, they would have made the playoffs last year. But too little, too late, and even McVay came out and said that. But the interesting thing to me is, in addition to that, they ended up firing both their offensive and defensive coordinators last year, or in the offseason. So they have new defense and new offense, although it's still McVay's offense. So they have a new defense. And
Can
you
we
go
just talk about? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go jump in.
I really do want to talk about how the Rams were the hottest thing in football for, I don't know, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
And that Super Bowl season, man, they were the ones, dude. They were lighting it up. And Bill Belichick, how many points did they score? Three.
Three.
And he put them down, man, and he just dismantled them. And true to Belichick form, he only scored 13 points because he only had to score 13 points.
Yeah,
and it
Super
was Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was close right until the end, and certainly Wade Phillips, the ex-defensive coordinator, knows Belichick. I mean, they locked horns when Phillips was in Denver, as the defensive coordinator.
But if I'm remembering it correctly, even though that it was close by the numbers on the board, I don't think it ever felt like the Patriots were out of control of that game. Right?
I think it was like 6-3 when Gronk got that big catch down to the 1 yard line. And I remember thinking that, the Rams mathematically have a really good shot at winning this game, but I just never really felt like they were in it because they couldn't string anything together. And I will say there is a little bit of a reason to a little bit of credit here. Is Todd Gurley was super banged up. When C.J. Anderson is running the rock against in the Super Bowl, and Todd Gurley, that was a little bit of a different dynamic, but a bummer for sure. But to hit the reset button completely in one offseason, 1 year, now they have a new defense coming in. And I like the guy that they hired, don't get me wrong, but to go away, man, that's a ballsy move. And I don't like it. They draft a new running back. Running backs can plug in, but he's kind of a slight guy. I feel like he might have more of a role as a third down running back. I don't know if he's going to be a starting running back, like a 3-down back, like Le'Veon Bell was, for example, in Pittsburgh. It's just, man, I don't know, man. I think they're going in the wrong direction, and I put the blame on Sean McVay. That's where I'm at, man.
Yeah, well, I think you have to. It seems like he's lost it, and when you look at him, he was the next Belichick. He was a scientist. He was a genius.
Mm-hmm.
And, right? And I think that may have been said by a few of the pundits. And maybe that's why Belichick went, all right. Well, let me just show you how this goes.
Yeah.
He's the Vader.
Yeah, dude. He's it's just unfortunate. And I think, but I'm more bullish on that. All this negativity aside, I actually kind of like the Rams coming into the season. Last year, the negativity, they lost the Super Bowl. I think McVay did some soul-searching last offseason that didn't really pan out too well for the franchise. I think he'll be back this year and kind of a little bit more back to his, baby Belichick ways, his kind of genius ways. So I like them. Let me hit you with the over-under win total for the Rams. 8.5, Brad. Are you over or under?
Under. I'm going to go under, yeah, for sure.
Where do you think they finish? If you had to guess, what do you think the record is?
I think they win 7 games.
So you think they tie the Cardinals?
Yeah,
We haven't disagreed, actually, interestingly, which is rare for us. We haven't disagreed in a while on one of these. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to take the over. I think they're 9-7 at least. I believe in McVay. I believe that they'll rebound from what was a disappointing last season. and I think they'll be back and they'll be competitive, and I think it's a three-way kind of race. It wouldn't shock me if any of the three teams win the division. It would shock me a little bit if Arizona wins. So there you go. There's part one of the NFC West. So tune in for part two of NFC West. In the meantime, go out, make some bets, get paid.